Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Matlock Messer Stadium on Saturday afternoon for some Earlham College soccer. I am Gerardo Byrne here at the pregame, brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear. Today, the Earlham Quakers will take on the Emory and Henry Wasp. Both teams looking to bounce back after losses yesterday. Emory and Henry losing to Anderson 3-0, and Earlham losing to Trine University 1-0. Yesterday's matchup between Earlham and Trine, Earlham found themselves struggling on the offensive side, not getting any shots off at the Trine goalie, while Trine outshot Earlham 16-0, while also outshooting Earlham in corner kicks. Trine with 16, Earlham with 1, Earlham with 6 saves, and Trine no saves with no shots by Earlham. And Earlham committed 14 fouls in yesterday's matchup, so Earlham is looking to have a much better game against Emory, looking to get some shots against the goalkeeper. And then looking at the matchup between Emory and Henry versus Anderson in yesterday's matchup, Emory lost 3-0, outshot by Anderson 24-9. Emory and Henry with 7 total saves, Anderson with 0. Emory with 4 corner kicks, Anderson with 5. 11 fouls committed by the Wasps compared to only 10 from the Ravens. So we are set to bring you today's matchup. When we come back, we'll talk about last year's Emory and Henry team and today's matchup between the Wasps and the Quakers.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with the most comprehensive auto repair services that include general services, car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. Their goal is simple: to offer the best services available at affordable prices to get you back on the road in no time. For a high-performance vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, give them a call at 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
Looking for the home of your dreams? This spacious property offers over 4,600 square feet of living space, featuring 5 bedrooms, with 3 full and 1 half bathroom. This property is currently listed for under $270,000. For more information or to schedule a showing, please contact the listing team.
Welcome back to Matlock Messer Stadium here at Earlham College. We are set to get the game between the Emory and Henry College Wasps against the Earlham Quakers. Going over the Wasps from last year, they're coming in from a 6-12 season in 2018, 0-10 in conference. So far, starting the season off 0-1. Last year scored 30 goals total on a 1.35 shooting percentage, 12.4 shots a game, 22 assists, 64 corner kicks, and committed 19 yellow cards. Going over the stats just a few minutes ago against the Ravens, obviously trying to have a bounce-back game against the Quakers. Both teams looking to have a bounce-back. Comparing to the Quakers yesterday, losing 1-0 versus Trine University, and the biggest thing we saw with the Quakers yesterday was just an ability to get much pressure on Trine on the offensive side. Weren't able to get any shots away on Trine's goalkeeper, getting outshot 16-0. So looking to have a much better offensive performance. They got a great performance from their goalie last night, number 0, Colin Cowridge, who had 3 saves but was preventing Trine from getting easy looks, and he was doing a very good job of getting possession of the ball when the ball was around him. We are set to get this game underway. When we come back, we will announce the starters for each team and have the game underway for you on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management Scoreboard. We will be right back.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023. Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top-flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
Starting at defense, number 13, Garrett Shaw. Starting at forward, number 14.
We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up. We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better.
Welcome back to Matlock Messer Stadium. Starting lineups were just announced. Game is set to get underway. We're going to go over the starting lineups for each team, starting with the Emory and Henry College Wasps. Starting at goalkeeper, number 1, Morgan Moser. Number 3, Jackson Kays. Number 6, Ethan Taylor. Number 9, Josh Helton. Number 10, Jeff Herlock. Number 11, Massimo Tager. Number 14, CJ Polson. Number 15, Peyton Williams. Number 18, Casey Whitfield. Number 19, Jack Randolo. And to round out the starters for the Wasps, number 21, Ryan Boyd. Now, going over the starters for your Earlham College Quakers, starting at goalkeeper, number 1, Henry Wilds. Number 3, Patrick Elster. Number 4, Jake Pearson. Number 5, Luke Cesar. Number 7, Ben Stos-Tesver. Number 9, Ryoji Fuseji. Number 11, Jimmy Inte Tachirme. Number 13, Garrett Shaw. Number 14, Connor Kimball. number 15, Jeffrey Dewyer, and to round out the starters for your Quakers, number 22, Drew Fitzgibbon. 45 minutes on the clock. Ball is set at midfield. The Wasps will kick it off. And this matchup is just underway. As I mentioned before, both teams coming in looking to bounce back from losses from yesterday's matchups. Earlham's main focus is to have more possession of the ball on the Wasp side of the field, get more shots at the goalkeeper. And referees are getting set. And once they are set, we'll have the opening whistle, and the game will be underway. This is a 3 o'clock kickoff time. Earlham's second straight home game before they go on the road. Referee gives the signal, and the game is underway. Emory starts off with the ball on Earlham's side of the field. Possession battle with Elster. Gives it back to number 18, Whitfield. Now on the Wasp side of the field, Kimball gets the steal. Inte to Cherme after the goal inside the box. Tries to pass to Kimball. Kimball's shot goes over the goal. So, nice play from the Quakers. Shot goes over the goal, but already have their first shot on the goal under the first minute in today's matchup compared to 0 in yesterday's game. So a good sign so far from the Quakers. The Wasps are coached by Robert Richardson in his 6th season with Emory and Henry. Quakers are coached by first-year coach Aaron Gustine after being an assistant with the Quakers for 4 years. The Wasps are on the move just past midfield. Gives it to 21, Boyd. At midfield, into Cherme. Finds Kimball. Kimball in a foot race. The Wasp comes up with the ball. Number 15, Williams. Off Dewey's head. Garrett Shaw with the ball. Kicks it upfield. Into Cherme, comes behind Williams. In the corner, Williams saves the ball from going out of bounds. Fuseji will kick it back to Cesar. Pearson in his own box will give it back to Elster. Dewey will kick it to Elster. Tesfer dribbling up the middle, deep on the Earlham side of the field. Caesar will pass it to Pearson. Drew Fitzgibbon at midfield, looking for into Cherme in a foot race with number 11, Tager. Now possession battle. Tager comes up with the possession. Fuseji will give it to Fitzgibbon, who passes it back to Shaw. Shaw dribbling, passes it up the field, looking for Tesver. Just outside the box, finds Kimball. The ball kicked out by the Wasps defender, finds number 10, Herlock, at the midfield line. Dribbling up for the Wasps was 14, Polson. Now on the Wasp side of the field. Near the midfield circle, number 18, Whitfield, trying to dribble through the Quaker defenders. Fuseji gets the ball taken from him by Whitfield. Nice deflection from Shaw. And the ball will be kicked out of bounds, and it will be a Wasp throw-in. No substitutions yet for either team. Number 14, Polson, will throw it in for the Wasp on Earlham side of the field, just outside the box. The throw-in off the head of Caesar. Tesver now in possession. Coming from behind him, number 9, Helton for the Wasps. Dewyer kicks it out. Just past the midfield line. Tesver running after it. The ball goes out of bounds, so it will be a throw-in for the Wasps. Number 3, Kays will throw it in. Dewyer steps in front of the throw. At the midfield, Stu Sesver. Fuseji kicks it away, looking for Fitzgibbon, bounces off his foot. Into Chierme is there, just outside the Wasps 18. Fuseji looks for Shaw in the deep corner. The pass to Kimball gets deflected by the defender. Fuseji with the ball outside the box, dribbling to the corner. One-on-one with Tager. Tager kicks it out of the corner near midfield. Caesar kicks it across the field to Tesver. Elster, just past the midfield line, will kick it back to Pearson. Elster once again kicking it back to Pearson, who will kick it back to Caesar. Caesar will go across to Shaw. Shaw will dribble it up. He's looking for Fitzgibbon. Right in front of Fitzgibbon, just outside the box. Fitzgibbon, I think, was trying to pass to Kimball, but goes a little too far and recovered by Moser, the goalkeeper for the Wasp. Moser with the kick goes just past midfield off of Caesar's head. Fuseji will kick it out. Battle for the possession. Kays will kick it to Polson, who saves it from going out of bounds, crosses midfield. And ball will go out of bounds, and it will be a Quaker throw-in. Elster will throw it in. Finds Fuseji. Pearson will kick it back to Caesar. Elster dribbling up the sideline for the Quakers. On the Earlham side of the field, 38:08 remaining in the first half. Shaw, just past the midfield line, will kick it, looking for into Chierme. Number 21, Boyd, dribbling up for the Wasp. Past the Earlham defenders, number 10 will score the goal for the Wasp. Jeff Herlock got behind the Earlham defenders, and Wilds, the goalie, tried to beat Herlock to the ball, but Herlock got the kick on him, and it sailed past Wilds' head, and it bounces into the net, and the Wasps strike first with 37:43 remaining in the first half. They take a 1-0 lead off the goal from number 10, Jeff Herlock. The Quakers will kick it off. Pearson on the Earlham side of the field will give it to Tesver. Tesver dribbling it up. Going to the middle, looking for Kimball. It goes way past Kimball, and the goalkeeper, Moser, will come out and grab the ball. 37:21 remaining. Earlham trailing 1-0. Did they call that goal off? Did they call that goal off? Yes. Okay. Dewyer will give it to Fuseji. Passes it to Fitzgibbon just outside the Wasp 18. Ball will be kicked out by number 15, Peyton Williams. And Earlham will have a corner kick. Number 7, Ben Stowe-Tesver will kick it for the Quakers. Both teams getting their formation set. Tesver is set to kick. And his kick Handball by the Quakers. So will be a goal kick for the Wasps. Goalkeeper Moser. 36:07 remaining in the first half. Moser will kick. This kick is relatively short. Whitfield headbutts it past midfield on the Quaker side. Elster will kick it to his goalkeeper, Wilds. Garrett Shaw kicks it up the sideline looking for Fitzgibbon. It rolls past him. Peyton Williams is there for the Wasps. He will kick it out of bounds, and it will be a Quaker throw-in. Shaw will throw it in for the Quakers. He finds Fuseji, who gives it right back to Shaw. Fuseji dribbling in the middle, just outside the 18. Finds Kimball. Kimball's pass bounces off the Wasp defender, number 3, Jackson Kays. Elster will kick it back to Pearson just at the midfield line. Pearson on the Earlham side of the field will kick it across, looking for Fitzgibbon. Bounces off his head into Chirme. Will pick up the foul. Foul called on the Quakers. Into Chirme collided with the Wasps number 9, Josh Helton, trying to get possession of the ball, and the foul was called. (34-27) remaining in the first half. The Wasps leading Earlham 1-0. Kick from the Wasp bounces off Whitfield's head just outside the box. He gets the shot, but it goes wide left. So we will have a goal kick for the Quakers. 34 remaining in the first half. Goalkeeper Henry Wilds getting his first start of the young season. Colin Cowridge got the start in yesterday's matchup. Wilds kick. Just past midfield. Will be kicked out of bounds by number 14, C.J. Polson of the Wasps. So it will be an Earlham throw-in. Elster will throw it into Tesver. Kimball just past midfield. Boyd comes up with possession, but Kimball gets the ball back. He's dribbling down midfield. Looking for Tesver in the corner. Tesver with possession will kick it out. Kimball slips and falls. And the Wasps regain possession. Number 6, Ethan Taylor dribbling down. And an offsides call on number 19, Jack Randalow, was called. So Quaker ball will be a kick. Caesar will pass it to Shaw. Shaw dribbling up right side of the field. He will kick it back to Caesar, who kicks it across to Dewyer. Dewyer will kick it to Tesver. We are on the Wasp side of the field. Into Cherame in the box with the clear shot, and it goes over the goal and out of play. So a goal kick for Moser. Quakers have had a couple of shots at the goal, but both shots have sailed over. Moser lined up with the kick. And his kick will bounce off Whitfield's head. Dewyer kicks it back. Battle for possession at midfield. Fuseji comes up with it, and he kicks it, looking for Fitzgibbon. Off Fitzgibbon's head. Kimball is there. Kimball will kick it all the way back to midfield for Caesar. Caesar kicks it across to Elster. Elster, give and go with Dewyer. Pearson kicks it all the way across. Finds Fitzgibbon, who's trying to track down the ball. keeps it, and the ball touched the out-of-bounds line, so it will be another goal kick for the Wasp. .31:02 remaining in the first half. The Wasps leading 1-0 over the Quakers off the goal from number 10, Jeff Herlock. Kimball just outside the box on the Wasp side of the field. Finds Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon looking for Tesver. And the kick is a little hard, and it will roll out of bounds. Another goal kick for Emory and Henry. No substitutions yet for either team. We're almost 15 minutes into this first half, 30 remaining. Moser getting ready for the goal kick. Off the head of Whitfield. At midfield, Caesar will headbutt it to Dewyer. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Quakers. Jacob Elster will throw it in. Elster finds into Chirme. Battle for possession. Whitfield is dribbling, trying to box out Fuseji. Whitfield finds number 3, Kays. Herlock was trying to find number 15. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be a Quaker throw, and Elster will throw it in. Looking for Kimball, who gives it back to Fuseji. Dewyer running across, finds Shaw. Shaw will dribble it up the right field line. Turns around and gives it back to Caesar. Caesar kicks it across to Elster on the Earlham side of the field. 28:55 remaining in the first half. Pearson gives it back to Caesar just outside the Earlham 18. Finds Shaw. Shaw finds Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon kips it up looking for Intechirme. Intechirme is ahead of the defender just outside the box, but nice defensive play from number 9, Josh Helton. And he will kick it out of bounds, and it will be an Earlham throw-in. Fitzgibbon will throw it in for the Quakers. Looking for Fuseji, who kicks it high. Inside the box, Tesver in the battle possession. The whistle is blown. Call against the Quakers. So it will be a goal kick for Moser and the Wasp. Moser setting up the kick. Earlham doing a much better job. They spent more time on the Wasp side of the field than they did against Trine yesterday. Trine. Ball will be headbutted out of bounds by Pearson, so it will be a Wasp throw-in. Number 14, C.J. Polson, will throw it in for Emory and Henry. No substitutions yet for either team. 27:09 remaining in the first half. The throw-in off of Fitzgibbon's head. We are inside the box, and Wilds will come in and grab the ball. Now waiting for defenders and strikers for the Wasps. Get away from the box. Wilds' kick up high will fall just behind midfield on the Wasp side of the field. Tesver comes away with it, passes it back to Elster. Elster will give it to Pearson. Pearson headbutts it. Number 6, Taylor, comes away with the ball. Herlock passes it back in the box. Garrett Shaw deflects the ball off of his foot out to Kimball. Polson slides. Whitfield just past midfield. Trying to find number 11, Tager, but Garrett Shaw is there, and he kicks it out to Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon finds Kimball. Kimball finds Fuseji. Ntachirme is there for the Quakers. Looks ahead, finds Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon out the box, will shoot it, and it goes past the goal far left. So it will be a goal kick for the Wasp. Earlham is getting shots at the goal. You have to think eventually one will fall. Moser getting ready for the kick. This kick short, but finds number 11 Tager for the Wasp. Fitzgibbon and Tager collide. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Wasp. Tager will throw it in. Finds number 15, Peyton Williams. Off of Garrett Shaw's head. Herlock is there, dribbling it up. Nearing the 18 of the Quakers. Finds Boyd. But a nice play from Tesver. No whistle on the slide from number 6, Taylor. Kays and Dewey battling for possession. Ball still in play. And there will be a foul called on. Foul will be called on the Wasp. So it will be a kick for the Quakers. Pearson will kick it for the Quakers. And he'll kick it to the goalkeeper, Wilds. Wilds will kick it out to Fuseji. Fitzgibbon at midfield for the Quakers, dribbling up. Looking for Kimball. Kimball trying to track it down, but the goalkeeper, Moser, will come out and snatch the ball. He will throw in to Kays. Kays will kick it up and find number 19, Jack Randolo. But call on the field going against the Wasp. So a kick for the Quakers coming up. Elster will kick it. Elster will kick off for the Quakers. 23 minutes flat remaining in the first half. Earlham trailing 1-0. Jeff Herlock scored the goal for the Wasps. Caesar will kick it out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Wasp. Tager will throw it in, finds Whitfield. Collision from Whitfield and into Chirme. Fuseji comes out with the ball, finds Kimball. Into Chirme will dribble it up. He's looking for Kimball in a foot race. Number 14, C.J. Polson comes up with the ball. Kicks it away, but Fitzgibbon comes up with it. Kimball near the corner on the Wasp side of the field. Will kick it out to Garrett Shaw. Shaw will kick it back past midfield to his defender, Caesar. Dewey will kick it back to Shaw. Shaw will kick it, and it sails right to Mosier, who snatches up the ball. 21:48 remaining in the first half. Still 1-0 lead. Mosier will kick it out. It goes past midfield on the Quaker side. Number 6, Ethan Taylor with the ball. Taylor looks for Randolo. Kays will kick it to Boyd. Dewey comes up with the ball, passes it to Pearson. Pearson will give it to Elster on the Quaker side of the field. Pearson will kick it to Caesar. Well, actually, he will kick it to his goalkeeper, Wilds, who kicks it back to Elster. Elster advances it to Tesver. Tesver cut off by the Wasps defender, Taylor. And a foul will be called on the Quakers, Tesver. So it will be a kick for the Wasp. Still no subs for either team. 20:38 remaining in the first half. The kick bounces off Fusegi's head into Chierme. Beats Whitfield to the ball. Fusegi now dribbling, looking for Kimball. But the ball goes past Kimball and right to Moser. Moser will throw it out to number 9, Josh Helton. And Helton is slow to get up. Looks like we will have an injury timeout. Helton is down. We now see him sit up. And he is on his feet, trying to walk off the injury. We're at 19:58 remaining in the first half. Helton is giving the indication to his coach that he is okay, and he will stay in the game for the Wasp. We will resume play. It will be a throw-in by the Quakers. Elster just past midfield on the Wasp side. Finds Kimball. Kimball finds into Chierme. Into Chierme gets the ball taken from him by Whitfield. Whitfield dribbling it up for the Wasp. Kimball comes away with the ball. Finds Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon slows down, lines up the shot, and it ends up getting blocked by Moser. Ball still in play. Fitzgibbon trying to keep it away from Moser. The shot is off the mark, and Whitfield actually kicks it away from the goal. And the ball will sail out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Quakers. Garrett Shaw throws it in, finds Fusegi. Fusegi double-teamed. Ball goes out of bounds, and a throw-in for the Wasps. We actually have a whistle on the play. A lot of action down there. Fitzgibbon working his tail off. Good defense by the Wasp right there, preventing Fitzgibbon to tie the game 1-1. Throw in by the Wasp. Taylor will kick it across, looking for newcomer number 5, Jonathan Hoyt, who just checked into the game for the Wasp. Hoyt dribbling up in the corner on the Quaker side of the field. Ball sails out of bounds, so it will be a Actually, there will be a foul called on the play, so Pearson will kick. 18:05 remaining. And Pearson will let Wilds do the kick for the Quakers. Wilds kick. Off of Tesver. Kimball at midfield, battling with Whitfield for possession. Nice from Taylor, dribbling it up, looking for a Tager. And the whistle blown, and it looks like it will be an offsides call on the Wasps. So a kick for the Quakers. Shaw with the ball will kick it all the way onto the trying side of the field, looking for into Chierme. Bounces off the defender's head. Headbutt from 15, Peyton Williams. Fuseji comes away with the ball, dribbling just outside the 18. He will try to find into Cherame, but it rolls past him and it rolls out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick for the Wasp. We have a substitution for the Quakers. Into Cherame will come off, and number 12, Alden Thompson Vaught will come in with 16:20 remaining in the first half. Mosher's kick. Kimball comes away with it, still on the Wasp side of the field, trying to find Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon saves it before it goes out of bounds, kicks it over the goal, and it will roll out of bounds. So another goal kick for the Wasp. Moser setting it up. Another substitution for the Wasp. Number 21, Ryan Boyd will come out. And number 2, Colton Ratcliffe will come in for the Wasps and his first action in today's matchup. Mosher's kick off of Fuseji's head. Fitzgibbon with the ball. Finds Vaught. Vaught cut off by Williams. Vaught slips and falls. Williams comes away with the ball. And ball will roll out of bounds off of Kimball, so we will have a throw-in for Emory and Henry. The throw-in finds number 6, Taylor, who was looking for Kays, but Tesfer comes away with it, and he will kick it back to Pearson, who tries to find Elster, being pursued by Hoyt. Possession battle between Tesfer and Kays. Foul called on the field against the Quakers, so it will be a kick for the Wasp. 14:45 remaining in the first half. Setting up for the kick. Number 6, Taylor, will kick it for the Wasp. Both teams setting up their formations. Taylor's kick goes off the head of Fuseji. Just outside the Quaker box. And it will be a call against the Wasp. So it will be a kick. Wilds will kick it for the Quakers. We are under 14 remaining in the first half. Wilds will kick it to Elster. Elster kicks it across the field looking for Vaught. Ball ends up with Whitterfield, and Whitterfield finds Kays. Kays will kick it across, and the ball will go out of bounds, and it will be the ref held up the flag as if it'd be a throw-in for the Wasp. But I think the midfield ref overruled it and will call a foul against the Wasp, so it will be a kick for the Quakers. Dewey will kick it back to Elster. Elster will kick it to Pearson. We're on Earlham's side of the field, just outside their box. Caesar kicks it to Dewey. Approaching the midfield line. Kimball in possession battle with number 14, C.J. Polson. Ball rolls out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Quakers. Near midfield is Fuseji. Fuseji kicks it across, finds Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon will have a clear shot, and his shot is in the net for the goal! First goal of the season for number 22, Drew Fitzgibbon. A nice setup from Fuseji. And now with 12:26 remaining in the first half, EC ties the game up 1-1. We had said earlier, Earlham was getting quality shots at the goal. We knew one of them was going to go in, and Fitzgibbon not only scores the first goal of the game for the Quakers, but also scores the first goal of the season for the Quakers. Fitzgibbon was the second leading scorer on last year's team, and you just got to see why. The Wasps will kick it off. 12:21 remaining in the first half. 1-1 game. Ball will roll out of bounds, and it will be a Quaker throw-in. Elster will throw it in for the Quakers. Looking for Fuseji, who gives it right back to Elster. Elster will kick it away, and Ratcliffe, ball bounced off Ratcliffe, comes up with Tesver. Kimball just past midfield. Was trying to find Fitzgibbon on the side. Nice defensive play from number 2, Ratcliffe. Dewyer past midfield. He will dribble up. Will find Kimball just outside the Wasp 18. He will kick it across, and he slipped as he was kicking. So it lost power, and the ball will sail out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Quakers. Garrett Shaw will throw it in. Tager steps in front of it. Kimball will kick it across. Looking for Tesver, but it rolls past him and out of bounds, so it will be a goal kick for the Wasp. Moser setting himself up. One game, 11 minutes remaining in the first half. Moser's kick will bounce off of Fuseji. He finds Vaught. Vaught looking for Tesver just inside the 18. Tesver one-on-one with number 14, Polson, who ends up coming away with possession of the ball. Polson dribbling it up. He will kick it ahead. Pearson and Taylor in a foot race. Pearson comes away with it, finds Elster. Dewey at midfield, looks ahead to Vaught. Vaught will kick it to Kimball, who kicks it right back to Caesar. Caesar will kick it across the field to Elster. Elster looking for Tesver, but cut off by Kays. And it will be a throw-in for the Quakers. Fuseji gives it back to Elster. Fuseji dribbling, looking for Tesver. Possession battle. And a foul called on the Quakers, so it will be a Wasp kick. .36 remaining in the first half. The Wasps are set to kick. Number 8. Number 9, Josh Helton with the kick. It bounces off the Quakers, and it will go out of bounds, so a throw-in for the Wasp. Number 14, C.J. Polson will throw it in. 9 minutes left in the first half. 1-1. Polson's throw. Off the head of Whitfield. Inside the box, Herlock. Nice deflection from Fuseji. We are still in the box, and Wilds will come in and scoop up the ball. Nice defensive play by the Quakers. He rolls it to Elster. Elster gives it up to Tesver. Dewey will try to pass it back to Elster, but the ball rolls out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in. Hoyt just deep in the corner on the Quaker side of the field. Kays is there. He will kick it out to Ratcliffe. Possession battle between Tesver and Kays. Ball rolls out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for the Wasps. Substitution for Emory and Henry. Number 10, Herlock will come out. And number 20, Zeke Workman, will see his first action for the Wasps in today's matchup. The throw-in. Wilds will come up with the ball. .725 remaining in the first half. Wilds' kick. Bounces off 15 Williams. Whitfield at midfield. In the possession battle with Kimball. Kimball will give it to Dewyer. Tager comes in. Fuseji finds Fitzgibbon on the right field side. Fitzgibbon looking for Kimball. Mosher comes out the goal, and he ends up coming up with the ball. 6:45 remaining. Moser with the kick. And he will find Tager. Rolls just past his head. Shaw was looking for Fitzgibbon. Off of Caesar's chest. Just past midfield, Fitzgibbon. Dewey will give it to Shaw. Shaw will pass it all the way back to his goalkeeper, Wilds. Wilds will kick it to Pearson. Pearson dribbling up, looking for Tesver in a foot race with Polson. And it will be a throw-in for the Wasp. Dewey ends up with the ball, finds Fuseji. Fuseji dribble past the Wasp defender, was looking for Kimball, but Peyton Williams will kick it out. Ratcliffe kicks it across the midfield, but it bounces off Elster's chest, and Kimball will kick it out. We do have a player down for the Quakers. And it looks like number 15, Jeffrey Dewyer, is down right now. Looks like he was holding his right knee. Dewey rises to his feet. Gives the indication that he is okay. We are glad to see that. Still on injury timeout. 5:30 remaining in the first half. Dewey is up and he is walking. And he will stay in the game. It will be a throw-in for Emory and Henry. Actually, Dewey with the ball. Gives it to Fuseji. Shaw dribbling up near midfield. Looking for Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon in the corner looking for Kimball. But Moser comes up with the catch. 5:05 remaining in the first half. Moser's kick sails past midfield. Dewey will headbutt it to Pearson. Tesver will give it back to Elster. Dewey dribbling, looking for Kimball. Kimball. And actually, the referee held the flag up for an offsides call. So it will be a kick for the Wasp. .4:16 remaining in the first half. Still a 1-1 game. The kick from the Wasp bounces off Hoyt. Fitzgibbon will kick it out. Kick from Helton will sail out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Quakers. We have a substitution. Number 25, Jonathan Todd, will come in for the Quakers. For number 7, Stowe Tesver. Helton will kick it out of bounds. So it will be a Quaker throw-in on the Wasp side of the field. Todd will throw it in. Finds Elster. Elster will kick it back to Pearson. It will be kicked out of bounds by Hoyt, so it will be a throw-in for the Quakers. Vaught kicks it. Helton and Todd battling. Todd comes up with it. Todd finds Kimball. Kimball with the shot, and it bounces off Moser's chest. And Helton will kick it out of the box. Kays with the ball. Nice save from Moser. Ball back at midfield. Dewyer will kick it to Caesar. Caesar will kick it to Shaw. Off of Workman on the Wasp side of the field. Kimball comes up with it, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Quakers. Fitzgibbon just outside the box finds Fuseji. Fuseji with the shot, and Moser slaps it out of bounds. Another nice save from the Wasp goalkeeper. It went out of bounds, so it will be a corner kick for the Quakers. And number 12, Alden Vaught, will kick it for the Quakers. Moser's had a couple of nice saves for the Wasps. Earlham is getting really good shots at the goal. Vaught's kick. Moser comes out. Moser is outside the goal. Kimball tried to headbutt it to Fitzgibbon. Ball rolls out of bounds. And it will be a goal kick for the Wasps. We are at 1 minute remaining in the first half. Still a 1-1 game. Moser getting ready for the kick. And another substitution for Emory and Henry. Hoyt will come off the field, and number 16, Alex Atkins, will come in for the Wasp. Off of Whitterfield's head, Workman and Dewey are battling for possession. Atkins will kick it. Ends up with Elster. Dewey near midfield will give it to Fuseji. We are at 15 seconds remaining in the first half. Fuseji with the ball. He's dribbling it up. Was looking for a Fitzgibbon, but he wasn't ready for it, and the ball will roll out of bounds, and that will run out the clock. So that will be the end of the first half. Score tied 1-1. Number 10, Jeff Herlock, scored for the Wasp, and number 22, Drew Fitzgibbon, scored the goal for the Quakers. We are set for halftime on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. When we come back, we will have the first half stats for you. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, we will be right back.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hogue, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
Welcome back to Matlock Messer Stadium. We are set to get the second half underway for you. First half ended in a 1-1 tie. We're going to go over the stats of the first half. So looking at Emory and Henry, only 2 shots at the goal, 3 saves, 3 offside calls, and 2 fouls. Looking at the Earlham side, 9 shots at the goal, 2 corner kicks. No corner kicks for Emory. No saves for the Quakers. 1 offsides call and 3 fouls called on the Quakers. So both teams have sent their teams out. We are set to get the second half underway for you. It should be an exciting half. Earlham will kick off first. Second half is underway. Deep in Earlham territory. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for the Wasp. Both teams setting up their formations. Number 14, Polson will throw it in for the Wasp. Fuseji comes away with it, passes it to Tesver. Tesver will kick it back to Elster. Still on the Earlham side of the field. Elster kicks it ahead to Fuseji. He dribbles past midfield. Ball gets deflected off of number 9, Helton. And an offsides call on the Quakers, so it will be a kick for the Wasp. Helton will kick it for the Wasp. Well, Helton's kick goes across midfield on the Earlham side. Deflected off of Elster. Caesar will kick it to Shaw. Kimball will pass it to Dewyer. Dewyer looking for Fitzgibbon. Fusegi dribbling, but cut off by Whitfield. And Tichirme gives it to Tesver. We're inside the box of the Wasp, but kicked out by Helton, so it will be a throw-in for the Quakers. Possession battle with Fusegi and Paulson. Into Tichirme does not get to the ball in time before Mosher can grab it. So 42-43 remaining in the first half. Mosher's kick is high. Bounces just at midfield. Battle for possession. Dewyer will kick it to Elster. Elster will dribble it and pass it to Tesver. Tesver will give it to Dewyer. We're just past the midfield on the Wasp side, going back to the Quaker side. Fusegi tries to kick it back to Dewyer, but it rolls past him, and Kays comes away with it. Pearson will come up. Pearson dribbled down, looking for Tichirme, but an offsides call on the play, so another kick for the Wasp. 41-50 remaining. Helton will kick it for Emory and Henry. Helton's kick bounces off Fusegi. Whitfield will head it. Whitfield kicking it to Tager, who's in the corner on the Earlham side of the field. Kicks it across the field. Pearson will come away with it. Finds Tesver, who will give it back to Pearson. Ball will go out of bounds off of Kays, and it will be a throw-in for the Quakers. Ball goes out of bounds again, but this time it'll be a throw-in for the Wasp. Both teams setting up their formations. Polson will throw it in. Tesfer will head it, and it will roll out of bounds. So Polson will throw it in for the Wasp once again. Polson's throw. Bounce off the head of Caesar, and it goes over the goal and lands on top of the net. And since it bounced off Caesar's head, it will be a corner kick for the Wasp. Corner kick for the Wasp. Both teams getting their formation set. The kick from Tager goes off the head of Whitfield, and it goes into the net for the goal for the Wasp. So a beautifully executed corner kick by the Wasp results in the goal by Whitfield. And that gives the Wasp a 2-1 lead over the Quakers with 39:40 remaining in the game. Again, the goal was scored off the head of Whitfield from the corner kick of Tager. Fusegi will kick it to Shaw. Shaw kicking it ahead, looking for Tichirme. Off of his head. He's got a clear shot. He goes off Mosher, and it bounces off of his chest, and it goes out of bounds. It will be a corner kick No, it actually went off into Cherme, so it will be a goal kick for the Wasps. Into Cherme had the defenders beat. Mosher came out and guessed when Cherme would kick it, and it rolled off of his chest. So Mosher will kick it for the Wops. 38:50 remaining in the game. Short kick right in front of Fitzgibbon outside the 18. Trying to beat Williams. Williams comes away with the ball and kicks it out. But Shaw is right there. Shaw kicks it ahead. Off the head of Polson. Back at midfield. Boyd comes away dribbling, but Elster cuts in front of him. And the whistle blows, and it looks like it will be a foul called on Boyd. So it will be a kick for the Quakers. Off of into Chermy's head. Tesver saves it from going out of bounds. Kays comes away with the ball. He will kick it down the sideline. Dewyer will kick it to Elster. Elster in the battle with Boyd. Elster kicks it ahead to Kimball. Kimball ahead of the defenders. Kimball wasn't able to get the shot off. Kimball inside the box. Whitfield kicks it away. Dewyer will find Shaw. Shaw kicks it, and it will sail out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick for the Wasp. So Mosher will have another goal kick. 2-1 lead for the Wasp. Under 37 remaining in the second half. Mosher's kick short. Nice kick from Taylor. High kick from number 19, Randall, will land right into the arms of Wilds. Deep kick from Wilds. Kimball will get called, and words will be exchanged between the two teams. Both teams having to be restrained from each other. Foul was called on the Quakers, and actually a yellow card will be given to number 14, Connor Kimball. First yellow card of the day for the Quakers. So Helton will kick it for the Wasp. 35-40 remaining in the second half. Referee still sorting all of it out. Connor Kimball did come out the game, as we see Coach Aaron Gustine having a talk with them. Number 8, Andrew Bellick, comes into the game for the first time. And referee is coming to have the clock reset a little bit before we resume action. The clock is set. And we will resume play. Helton will kick it for the Wasp. Far kick into the corner finds Kays. Pearson will kick it into Cheermay and Polson collide. Tesford dribbling it up. Dewyer comes away with it. Foot race between Helton and into Cheermay. One-on-one. Into Cheermay finds Tesver, who tries to kick it to the goal, but Moser is there, and he will come out for the scoop. So Moser will kick it. Just past midfield, bounces off Fitzgibbon. Will find Dewey, but Kays comes away with it, looking for Boyd. Taylor finds Randolo, who was looking for Tager, who kicks it back out past the midfield line. Bellick will find Ntechirime. Ntechirime passes it to Shaw, who gives it back to Ntechirime, who stops, finds Bellick. Bellick's shot is right into the chest of Moser, and Moser will make the grab for the save. So a nice save by Moser, saves the goal from Bellick, and still keeps the lead 2-1 for the Wasp. It's kicked just past midfield off of Fuseji. Then the header from Polson. Bellick will give it to Fitzgibbon. Dewey will give it to Bellick, but it will go out of bounds. So it'll be a throw-in for the Wasp. Shaw in a possession battle. At midfield, the Wasp. Pass goes to Kays. Polson passes midfield dribbling. He gets past Bellick, but Bellick is still able to come away with the ball. Dewey kicks it off a Wasp player. Here comes Herlock in a battle with Tesver. Herlock will kick it across, but Caesar is there. Caesar will give it to Ntechirime, who will kick it to Bellick. Kays comes away with it. Bellick trying to fake out Taylor. He will dribble past Taylor. Bellick looking for Tesver, but Kays will kick it out of bounds, and we will have a Quaker throw-in. Few substitutions for the Quakers. Number 2, Chima Nduku will come in for Tesver. Drew Fitzgibbon will come out. And number 21, Andrew Strozuski will come in for the Quakers. For the Wasp, number 20, Zeke Workman will come back into the game. And also number 2, Colton Ratcliffe will come into the game. We have a foul called on the play. Foul goes against the Quakers, so it will be a kick for the Wasp. So Mosher getting set to kick. Moser kick goes short of midfield. Shaw will pass it all the way back to his goalkeeper, Wilds. Off of Whittefield's chest on the Quaker side of the field. Whittefield dribbling. He will give it to Ratcliffe, who tries to give it to Workman, but the ball bounces to Wilds. .31-25 remaining. Wild's kick is deep. Ntechirime comes up with it. Chima Nduku will pass it to Ntechirime, who gives it back to Nduku. Ball goes out of bounds off Ntechirime, and it will be a throw-in for the Wasp. 30:50 remaining in the second half. Polson will throw it in. Finds Herlock. Caesar will kick it back to Fuseji. Workman in a race with Caesar. And will be a offside call. Either an offsides or a foul called on Workman. Either way, it ends up a kick for the Quakers. Wilds will kick it. So it was a foul on Workman. And Dooku at the midfield line, dribbling it up for the Quakers, finds Elster. Elster gives it to Bellick. And foul on Bellick. Ended up tackling Whitfield. So it will be a kick for the Wasp. Number 9, Helton, will kick it off. .29 remaining. Still a 2-1 lead for Emory and Henry. Hilton's kick will bounce off Dewyer. Tager has it for the Wasp. Herlock outside the 18. He'll give it to Earlham's and Dooku. Elster past midfield into Chairman. Ball sails out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Quakers. Chima throws it to Fuseji, who gives it to Bellick, who thought somebody was behind him but wasn't, so gives it back to the Wasp. Ratcliffe will kick it high off the head of Caesar. Workman in a battle with Shaw for possession. Ball goes out of bounds and will be a throw-in for the Wasp. Actually, it will be a kick for the Wasp. Foul called on the Quakers. The kick from Tager falls behind the defense, and Dooku comes away with it. He's dribbling down the left side of the field. It's cut off by Herlock, who kicks it out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Quakers. And Dooku finds Fuseji at midfield. Fuseji kicks it ahead, looking for Strozetsky. In a possession battle with Tager, ball goes out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Quakers. Outside the 18, Fuseji. He will kick it out to Caesar. Nice move from Caesar. Kicks it across the field to Elster. Into Chairman inside the 18. In the possession battle, finds Nduku, who kicks it across off the head of Tager. And Tager will kick it back out near midfield. Sean Workman. Caesar at midfield for the Quakers. Looking for Nduku, but it rolls right to Ratcliffe. Bellick will come take it and finds Nduku, who gets cut off by Kays. Kays gets the foul called on him. Dewyer kicks it to Fuseji, who kicks it to Strozewski. Outside the 18, Fuseji looking for Chairman, but it bounces off his back leg. Mosher kicks it away. Tager comes away with it and kicks it to Workman at midfield. Looking ahead, Workman in a foot race with Pearson, but the ball rolls to Wilds, who throws it to Shaw. Shaw will dribble it up the side of the field. Helton kicks it to Dewyer. Nduku dribbling up the middle, finds Bellick. Whitfield boxing out. Bellick will pick up the foul call. So it will be a kick for the Wasps off the foul call from Bellick. Under 25 minutes remaining in the second half. Earlham still trailing 2-1. Helton will kick off for Emory and Henry. Helton's kick goes far off the head of Warlock. Whitfield tried the back kick, but it goes far right of the goal, and it will be out of bounds. And Earlham will have a goal kick. 24-24 remaining. Connor Kimball checks back into the game for Jimmy into Chairman, sorry. And for the Wasps, number 5, Hoyt will check in for Workman. Offside call on Nduku dribbling it up. Foul called on Kays. So it will be a kick for the Quakers. Shaw will kick it for the Quakers. 23-18 remaining. Shaw's kick. Oh, Caesar kicks it too high, and it sails out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick for the Wasp. So Mosher will kick it for the Wasp. Moser's kick is short off of Whitfield's head. And a foul called against the Wasp. So we will have a kick for the Quakers. Shaw will kick it. It's a direct kick, which means he doesn't have to pass it to a teammate first. So Shaw's kick sails just left of the goal and goes out of bounds, and it will be another goal kick for Moser. It's a nice setup, having Nduku run past the ball, trying to fool the defense. Shaw got the look he wanted. It just sailed wide left. And Earlham still trails 2-1 with 21:34 remaining in the second half. Wilds will pick the ball up. The kick from Wilds off the head of Polson. Kimball and Ratcliffe in a possession battle. Caesar comes away with it, dribbles past midfield, looking for Nduku, trying to save it from go out of bounds, and he does. In the corner, On Emory's side is Caesar. Foul called on Caesar as he was in a battle with Polson. So the Wasps will have the kick. 20:33 remaining in the second half. Helton will kick it off for the Wasp. No substitutions for the teams. Helton's kick. Herlock comes away with it. The header from Pearson. Elster comes away with it. Hits Nduku, looking for Kimball. Bellick with the header, but it rolls out of bounds, so it will be a throw-in for the Wasp. Paulson will throw it in. Off the head of Elster, another throw-in coming up for the Wasp. So a few subs for the Quakers. Jimmy Intechirme will come in for Strozewski. Drew Fitzgibbon will come in for Shaw. Herlock will come out for the Wasp, and number 23, Bryce Williams, checks in for the Wasp for his first action in today's matchup. We will have a goal kick for the Quakers. 18:38 remaining in the game. The kick from Wild off the head of Whitfield. Hoyt will pass it to Kays. Off of Nduku, who dribbles up past the midfield line. Kays will kick it away. Intechirme gets past Polson inside the 18. He will kick it out to Nduku. Nduku gets by Kays. Chima's shot is outside the net. And we have a whistle on the play. We will have a corner kick by the Quakers. Nduku will kick it for the Quakers. 17:30 remaining in the game. Earlham still trails 2-1. Have a great opportunity right here. Bellick and Kays trying to both establish position. Are told by the ref to quit pushing each other. Nduku's kick goes off the head of Taylor. Hoyt and Intechirme battling for possession. Hoyt and now Caesar battling. Number 23, Jack Johnson, also in the game, battling with Whitfield. And the foul ends up going on the Quakers. Whitfield able to use his size to his advantage, was able to box out Jack Johnson, and Jack Johnson picked up the foul. So Helton will kick it for the Wasp. His kick off the head of Fitzgibbon, finds Taylor. Dewyer comes and kicks it. And it will be kicked out of bounds by number 15, Peyton Williams. So we will have a throw-in by the Quakers. Bellick dribbling with Ratcliffe. And Nduku comes up with the ball. Dewyer will give it to Elster. Elster kicks it inside the box, but it goes off the head of Williams. Whitfield trying to dribble past Kimball, finds Hoyt. Hoyt will dribble past the midfield line. Cut off by Johnson. Hoyt still with possession. He will give it back to Tager. Ball will be kicked out of bounds, and we will have a throw in by the Wasp. Substitution. Number 7. Actually, number 2, Colton Radcliffe comes out. And number 21, Ryan Boyd will check back into the matchup. Kays into Cherame will kick it out of bounds. We will have a throw in by the Wasp. 14:32 remaining in the second half. Earlham still trails 2-1. Throw in by the Wasp. Number 14, C.J. Polson. Polson's throw looks like it went off the head of Whitfield, but the referee is saying off of Earlham. So it will still be the Wasp possession, and it will be a corner kick. Last time the Wasp had a corner kick, it ended up in a goal from Whitfield. Tager will kick again. Tager's kick off Whitfield's head again, but this time Wilds was there for the save. Nice save by the goalkeeper Wilds, as Whitfield headbutted a corner kick again and nearly got a second goal, but Taylor's dribbling just outside the 18. He takes the shot but goes right to Wilds' arms. So Wilds with back-to-back saves for the Quakers still keeps them trailing by 1. His kick past midfield goes off of Fitzgibbon. Helton is in a race with Inticherame. Mosher comes out and kicks it out of bounds. So it will be a Quaker throw-in. Kimball gives it to Johnson. Kimball kicks it across. And a collision between Fitzgibbon and Polson. No whistle on the play. Bellick comes away with possession. Nice deflection from Peyton Williams on the Wasp defense. And he kicks away, finds number 23, Bryce Williams. Looking for Hoyt, but Kimball comes out and kicks it back to Caesar. Kimball dribbling down. Looking for Inticherame, but Helton deflects it. Kimball will give it to Bellick, who finds Johnson. Johnson's kick. Fitzgibbon steps in front of Mosher. Ball is kicked out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in by the Quakers. We have another substitution for Earlham. Number 8, Bellick, will come out the game, and number 9, Ryoji Fiseji, will step back into the game. And for the Wasps, number 11, Tager will come out, and number 19, Jack Randolo, will come back into the game. The throw-in by the Quakers. Kimball kicks it, finds Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon's shot is scooped up by Moser. So Moser with the save. 11:38 remaining in the second half. Moser with the kick. Sails to midfield. Bryce Williams trying to track it down. Elster cuts him off. Pearson will give it back to Elster. Elster will kick it across, and Jack Johnson is there for the Quakers. Boyd comes in and saves it from going out of bounds. He finds Randolo. Randolo gives it to Hoyt. Caesar comes away with it, finds Dewyer. Dewyer will give it to Tesver. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Wasp. 10:40 remaining in the second half. C.J. Polson will throw it in. Polson's throw over the head of Whitfield. Elster saves it from going out of bounds. Whitfield will kick it out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in by the Quakers. Substitution, number 23, Jack Johnson will come out, and number 19, Ethan Getman, will see his first action in today's matchup. The throw-in by the Quakers. Elster kicks it out off the head of Whitfield. Taylor dribbles through a couple of Earlham defenders, and a foul will be called on the Quakers. I think Jeffrey Dewyer will pick up the foul. And it will be a kick for the Wasp. Boyd kicks it to Kays. The deflection from Kimball. Ball goes out of bounds, so it will be a corner kick for the Wasp. This time, number 21, Ryan Boyd will kick it for the Wasp. Earlham has to really watch out for Whitfield. Boyd's kick. Caesar comes away with it. Dribbling up. Drew Fitzgibbon comes away with it, and a foot race with Williams, and Williams will kick it out of bounds. And it will end up being a corner kick for the Quakers. Number 7, Ben Stos-Tesver, will kick it for the Quakers. 8:30 remaining in the ball game. Tesver's kick off the head of Caesar, but goes over the goal, and it will end up being a goal kick for the Wasp. Eight minutes remaining in the game. Mosher will kick it for the Wasp. Moser's kick off the head of Whitfield. Boyd comes in at midfield. Nice pass. Hoyt in a foot race with Pearson. Hoyt's kick sails far left of the goal, and it will roll out of bounds, and Wilds will have a goal kick for the Quakers. Wilds' kick at midfield, right to Fuseji. Kimball comes away with it. Tries to pass it to Fuseji, but cut off by Randolo. Kimball comes away with the ball. Getman's kick right to Tesver. Tesver will have the shot, but Moser once again comes away with the save for the Wasps. One thing about Earlham, they're getting good shots, but they're shooting it right at the goalkeeper. Moser's kick. Need by Getman. Possession battle. Kimball and Taylor fighting for it. Polson will kick it to Randolo. Hoyt just outside the 18, right in front of Caesar. He will kick it back to Randolo, who finds Boyd outside the 18. Boyd's shot is wide left, and it will go out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick. 6 minutes remaining. Wild's kick bounces off Boyd's head. Pearson and Herlock in a foot race. Pearson comes away with it. He dribbles down midfield. Dewey will kick it to Getman. Just past midfield. Into Chierme. Finds Tesver. Tesver just outside the 18. Finds into Chierme. Into Chierme finds Kimball. Kimball right in front of the goal. And the kick by Fitzgibbon is good for the goal. The second goal of the game for Fitzgibbon ties the game up for the Quakers, 2-2. A nice pass from number 14, Connor Kimball. With 5:25 remaining in the game, it is tied up 2-2. Fitzgibbon has scored both goals for the Quakers. That one was a nice setup from Connor Kimball. Substitution, Getman will step out of the game, and number 13, Garrett Shaw, will come back in for the Quakers. The Wasps kick it off. 5:20 remaining in the game. Helton will kick it far ahead. Off of Shaw's head, will roll out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Wasps. That last sequence by the Quakers was their best so far of the season, and they couldn't have come at a better time. With under 5 minutes to go, they tie the game up 2-2. Off the head of Caesar, Fitzgibbon comes away with it, looking for Ntachirime. It's a 2-on-1. Ntachirime and Shaw. Fitzgibbon is there inside the 18, and his kick goes over the goal and out of bounds. And it will be a goal kick for the Quakers. It's a huge opportunity. It was a 2-on-1, but it looked like Ntachirime tripped a little bit and couldn't get as much power on the pass to Shaw. So we are at 4 minutes remaining in the second half. Mosier will kick it for the Wasp. Short kick. Dewey heads it to Tesver. Tesver looking for Kimball, but the kick goes to Mosier. 3:44 remaining. Mosier will throw it out to Kays. Kays will kick it far ahead looking for Herlock. Elster cuts him off. Elster will kick it to Pearson, who finds Tesver. Dewey will give it to Elster. Elster looking for Ntachirime. Ntachirime finds Tesver. Handball called on the Quakers, so it will be a kick by the Wasp. Right to Caesar. Fuseji comes away with it. Kicked right to Mosier, and Mosier will scoop it up. 2:46 remaining. Mosier's kick right to Fitzgibbon. Right at midfield, battle for possession. Whitfield has it. Kimball comes away with it, finds Caesar, who kicks it right to Whitfield on the Earlham side of the field. Randolo kicks it ahead. Caesar is there. Caesar dribbling, looking for Fitzgibbon, cut off by Taylor. Kimball kicks it far ahead, but a header by Elton. And Ntachirime is there, but Williams heads it right to his goalkeeper, Moser. We are under 2 minutes remaining in the second half. Herlock will kick it to Randolo, but it will bounce off of him and go out of bounds, so it will be a throw-in for the Quakers. Garrett Shaw throws it in. And it will go right to Peyton Williams. Connor Kimball comes away with it, looking for Ntachirime, but nice kick by Helton. at midfield. A foul called on the Quakers. Looks like the foul is on number 14, Connor Kimball. 1:12 remaining in the game. It will be a kick by Helton. 1 minute remaining. The kick by Helton looking for Kays. Tesver comes away with it. He's dribbling down past midfield. Looking for Ntacharme. Peyton Williams will get there first, and he will kick it out of bounds. So we will have a throw-in by the Quakers. Tesver throws it in. Finds Elster. Elster kicks it ahead, looking for Fitzgibbon. Oh, and the header was there, but he missed it. And it goes out of bounds. With 30 seconds remaining in the second half, we will have a goal kick by Moser. Beautiful kick by Elster. The setup was there. Fitzgibbon just wasn't able to get the angle right for the header, and it rolls out of bounds. So Helton will kick it. 10 seconds remaining. Fitzgibbon tries to find Elster. Bounces off Polson. 2-1, and the clock runs out. So that is the end of regulation. So the game ends with the tie. Only in conference do they do overtime games. So that will do it. The game ends in a tie, 2-2. Right now we're being told there's no overtime, but we're waiting to see. Soon as we find out what is going on, we will let you know. Right now we are being told that is the end of regulation. But we have yet to see either team shake hands, which is implying that there might be an overtime. And it looks like there will be an overtime. Normally overtime games only happen in conference, but we will get one today. And honestly, I'm glad there's more soccer. This has been one exciting game. So we are going to take a quick break before overtime gets going. Score is 2-2 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, and we will be right back.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com. Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft-Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond.
We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
After the unexpected, expect us. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance of Fayette, Rush, Union, Decatur, and Shelby counties. Auto, home, life, renters, farm, crop, and business coverage. Coverage you need in a language you know. We take customer satisfaction seriously and don't take a cookie-cutter approach to your coverage. For more information, call 800-723-3276 or go to their website, in.farmbureau.com.
Hey, this is Steve, and out at Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Welcome back to Matlock Messer Stadium. In a few minutes, overtime will set to get underway, tied 2-2. And I think the way they do it in overtime is first goal wins, I believe. Yeah, first one to score will win the game, and two 10-minute periods. If nobody scores within those two 10-minute periods, it will end up as a draw. So right now, let's look at the stats for regulation. Emory and Henry both has 5 shots in today's game. 6 saves by Mosher. 1 corner kick, 3 offsides, and 6 fouls. Compared to Earlham, 16 shots, 8 shot on goals. Emory has 4 shot on goals. 2 saves, 4 corners, 3 offsides, 10 fouls, and 1 yellow card. But at the end of the day, both teams tied 2-2. Overtime is set to get underway. And as I stated before, first one to score will win the game. And if not, there are 2 10-minute periods. And if nobody scores, it will end up as a draw. So we will see if Earlham can capitalize on some great opportunities that they've had earlier in the game. They've been getting the shots that they wanted, 8 shot on goals. Drew Fitzgibbon has 2 goals in today's matchup. For the Wasps, Jeff Herlock scored a goal, and number 18, Casey Whitfield, also scored a goal for the Wasp. The Quakers will kick off first to start off overtime. And Cherame will kick it off. And we are underway. Fuseji will kick it across, looking for Fitzgibbon. Tager is there. Randolo kicks it to Taylor. Into Cherame, trying to find Kimbo. Gives it back to Into Cherame. Inside the box, Dewyer is there. Gives it to Tesver. Looking for Dewyer. Fitzgibbon. Into Cherame trying to box out Tager, and he will get called for the foul. So Earlham threatening early, trying to end this game, but weren't able to get a clear shot off. So Helton will kick it off for the Wasp. At 9:10 remaining in the first part of overtime. Off of Fusegi's head, Fitzgibbon looking for Kimball. Fitzgibbon passes it to Ntechirime outside the 18. Ntechirime looking for Dewyer, goes just past him. Herlock is there for the Wasp. Nice defensive play from Elster, but the ball rolls out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in by the Wasp. 8:30 remaining in part 1 of overtime. The throw-in by the Wasp. Off of Elster's head. Kimball is there. And Ntechirime grabbing his ankle. He's still down, but now he gets up. Fusegi trying to find Fitzgibbon. Tager is there. Fitzgibbon cuts in front of Tager, has the ball just outside the box, looking for Kimball, but it wasn't able to get the pass, and it rolls right to Mosher. Mosher scoops the ball up. So the Quakers are getting opportunities. Mosher's kick. Battle for possession. Pearson. Whitfield kicks it right to Elster. Tesver dribbling up the right side. Looking for Ntechirime, but kicks it past him, and it rolls straight to Mosher. 7:15 remaining in part 1 of overtime. The kick from Mosher sails past the midfield line, right to Boyd. Herlock and Elster in the corner on the Quaker side. Rolls out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Quakers. Elster will kick it out. And it will sail out of bounds. And number 15, Peyton Williams, will throw it in for the Wasp. And the throw will sail out of bounds. And we will have a goal kick for the Quakers. Wilds will kick it for the Quakers. 6:15 remaining. At midfield, Fusegi gets cut off by Taylor. Fusegi and Taylor, also Kimball battling, and a whistle blown, and it will be a foul called on the Quakers. Taylor a little slow to get up. Tager will kick it for the Quakers. .5:30 remaining in the first 10 of overtime. Tager's kick. A shot to end the game by the Wasp, but the kick from Helton sails over the goal, and it will be a goal kick for the Quakers. Wild's kick is short. Off of Herlock's head. Pearson is there. Dewyer finds Shaw. Shaw kicks it ahead. Off of Ntechirime, but kicked out by C.J. Polson. Case dribbling it up the right side of the field. On the Quaker side of the field, just outside the 18. Elster's in front of him. Ball sails out of bounds, and it will be a corner kick for the Wasp. Number 11, Tager, will kick it for the Wasp. We have seen Emory and Henry score off a corner kick. You know they're going to be looking for Whitfield. for the header. That's how we scored this goal. Tager's kick is headed by Fitzgibbon right to Taylor. Taylor gives it to Boyd. Boyd's kick is off the top of the goal post. Caesar bounces off his chest. A battle for possession. Taylor comes away with it outside the 18. His kick right to Boyd. Boyd shot, and there is a whistle. They called the handball. Whew. What a close call for the Quakers. That shot by Boyd off the top of the goal post. And Earlham stays alive. We're at 3 minutes in the first part of overtime. The header from Caesar. Dewyer finds Tesver past midfield. Into Cherme, gets in the 18. And the ball sails out of bounds. Into Cherme, crashed into the fence. And he is still down. There will be an injury timeout. He crashed into the fence hard. It's good to see him on his feet. He will come out the game. Number 2, Chima Nduku, will come in for him. Well, we hope Jimmy's okay. He's walking off under his own power, but looks like it's his wrist that's in pain. Action will resume. Mosher's kick. There are 2:30 remaining. CJ Polson kicks it out. Number 19, Jack Randolo, finds Boyd. Boyd will get called for offsides. So a break for the Quakers. It will be a shot or a kick by the goalie Wilds. We're at 2 minutes remaining in part 1 of overtime. Wilds kick. Kimball comes away with it. A nice slide kick from C.J. Polson. Kimball comes back and takes it. Dewyer was looking for Fusegi. Tager comes away with it, and it bounces off in Dooku, and it will go out. It will be a goal kick for Moser. Moser setting up for the kick. $1:13 remaining. Randolo kicks it. Pearson Boyd. Caesar will kick it ahead, finds Fuseji. And Dooku dribbling up the right side, looking for Fitzgibbon. Whitterfield dribbling past midfield, looking for Boyd, but kicks it a little too hard, and Wilds will come up. Wilds kick to midfield. Header by Kimball. Header by Whitterfield falls right to Case. Case dribble passes Pierce. And Shaw will kick it back out to midfield. We're at 14 seconds remaining before the second part of 10 minutes. And that ball will sail, and that will run out the clock. So that will end overtime part 1. So we will have 10 more minutes remaining in this matchup. If nobody scores, it will end as a draw. So we are going to take a quick break. The score is still tied 2-2 on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. and we will be back in a few.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf and I approve this message.
If you're looking for a great place to dine, how about Little Sheba's? Come join them in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue and grab one of their gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, and more in their smoke-free environment. You can get a 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home. For more information about Little Sheba's, give them a call at 962-2999. Today's game brought to you in part by Mancino's Pizza and Grinders. Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads every day. They serve great food priced for family budgets. Mancino's Italian bread and pizza dough are made from scratch every day, and the baking process may take a little more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1166 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com.
Welcome back to Matlock Messer Stadium. We are set to get underway the second overtime. This will be the final 10 minutes. So if nobody scores, it will end up a draw. First team to score will win the game. Into Cherme is back into the game. We saw him walk off after he crashed into the fence. So glad to see that he's okay. The Wasp will start off overtime number 2. And once again, winner, the first one to score wins, or it'll end up a draw if nobody scores in these next 10 minutes. Each overtime, they flip sides. So the Wasp started off. Helton passes looking for Case off of Nduku's head. Nduku dribbling with Whitfield on him. Into Cherme looking for Kimball. But Moser comes out and scoops it up before Kimball can have a chance to take a shot. Moser with the kick. Fuseji with the header. Kimball dribbling. Takes the shot. And it sails far right. He just missed it by maybe a few inches or so, but it sails out of bounds, and Mosher will have a goal kick. It was a beautiful shot by Kimball, but just sailed far right. So 8:50 remaining in overtime number 2. Mosher's kick is short. Whitfield passes looking for Boyd. Boyd with Caesar, and Boyd will pick up the foul. So the Quakers will have the kick. Wilds will kick it for the Quakers. 8:20 remaining in overtime number 2. Wilds kick off of Fusegi's head, looking for Cherme. Cherme passes to Kimball. Kimball passes to Fitzgibbon, but it gets broken up by Tager. Randolo passes looking for Boyd, and Caesar will kick it out of bounds. So it'll be a throw-in for the Wasp. 7:43 remaining. C.J. Polson will throw it in for the Wasp. His throw off the head of Dewyer rolls out to Taylor. Taylor passes to Tager. Tager will pass it to Randolo. Ball deflected off of Caesar. Kimball will pass to Fuseji, who passes to Nduku, nearing midfield. Nduku's pass deflected by Taylor of the Wasp. Garrett Shaw dribbling down the side. And Helton will kick it out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Quakers. .641 remaining. We have a substitution for the Quakers. Andrew Bellick will come in for Drew Fitzgibbon, who's still grabbing his ankle. Throw in from Shaw. Also for the Wasps, number 2, Connor Ratcliffe comes back into the match. Throw in for the Wasp. .620 remaining. Into Cherme, just outside the 18. He will pass it to Fuseji, who's trying to pass it to Bellick, but Mosher comes in and makes the grab with 6 minutes flat remaining in overtime number 2. Mosher's kick, just passing midfield off of Nduku. Polson will kick it. Andrew Bellick tries to pass to Kimball, but it ends up being deflected. Herlock boxing out Nduku. Nduku comes away with the ball. Dribbling. Still has possession. Passes it to Dewyer. And Dewyer will pass it back to Elster. And Nduku will pass to Bellick. And Taylor will kick it all the way back. And Wilds will come out. And Nduku will pass it to Elster, nearing the midfield. Andrew Bellick passes it to Nduku. And the ball will be kicked out of bounds by Case. So throw in for the Quakers. We are under 5 minutes remaining. Elster's throw in to Bellick. Passes right back to him. Bellick gives it to Dewyer. Caesar finds Bellick, but it sails over his head. C.J. Polson comes in and kicks it deep. Foot race with Caesar and Boyd. Ball still in bounds. Caesar ends up saving it. And Nduku comes away with it. Pearson ends up getting tripped by Witterfield, so the foul will be called. And the clock will stop momentarily. Garrett Shaw will kick it for the Quakers. 4 minutes remaining in the second overtime. Garrett Shaw will kick it for the Quakers. And his kick falls in the box. Andrew Bellick's shot is far wide. And that will sail out of bounds, and we will have a goal kick by Moser. 3:40 remaining. No substitutions. Moser placing the ball. Moser's kick is short. Helton will kick it to midfield. Garrett Shaw is there for the Quakers. Trying to find into Chirame, but nice deflection from Paulson. Peyton Williams will kick it out of bounds and throw in for the Quakers. Nduku will throw it in. Elster trying to pass to Fuseji, and the header sails high, and it will go out of bounds. And we will have a goal kick once again by Moser. 2:30 remaining in the second overtime. Helton will kick it for the Wasp. Helton's kick. Boyd is there for the Wasp. Passes it to Herlock. Herlock trying to pass to Case. Case will pass it back to Boyd, who passes back to Case. And Case gets cut off by Elster. Case would have had a clear shot at the goal if Elster didn't come in. Fuseji upfield rolls out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Wasp. 1:45 remaining in the second overtime. Tager will throw it in. Dewyer comes in and gets the foul called on him. So a kick for the Wasp just past midfield. 1:25 remaining. Tager will kick it for the Wasp. 1:10 remaining in the game. Nobody scores in a minute. It will end up being a draw. Tager's kick. Pearson heads it out. And Dooku comes away with it, but a foul will be called on Nduku. So it will be a kick by the Wasp. The clock is stopped with 51.9 seconds. The kick will be about 5 feet outside the 18. It is a direct kick. Boyd is in front of the ball. Tager has been the main one who's kicked it. Boyd will kick it for the Wasp. Boyd's kick is saved by Wilds. They were looking for Whitfield, but Wilds saves it. We're at 40 seconds. Paulson dribbling it up for the Wasp. Passes it to Boyd just outside the 18. Boyd's kick. Caesar will kick it out. We're at 20 seconds. No whistle. No foul called on that play. And the clock is running out. 5. 1 second left. Bellick's shot will not be close. And that will end the match. We will end in a draw. 2-2. The Wasp and the Quakers. We will go over the final stats of the game. Match ends 2-2. 8 shots by the Wasp. 5 shots on goal. 6 saves. 2 corner kicks. 5 offsides and 6 fouls. Earlham with 19 shots. 8 saves. Shots on goal. 3 saves. 4 corners. 3 offsides. 13 fouls and 1 yellow card. So that is that is going to end the game. Checking for when the next time the men's soccer takes the field. It will be on the road. So next game for the Quakers will be Wednesday at Wabash. And then they'll be home next Saturday versus Illinois College. So thank you, everybody, for joining. We will see you next weekend when the Quakers come back home. I am Gerard O'Byrne. And that is going to do it for today's broadcast.